Yuk. Okay guys, so this is the very first time. Ini episode pertama. Kita bakal namain channel ini atau jalur ini namanya METANOIA.
Asik.
METANOIA. Jadi semoga orang-orang yang nonton atau orang yang dengar akan ngalamin sebuah metanoia, pembaharuan budi, dan juga ada perubahan dalam kehidupannya. Dan ya kita berharap banget dari ngobrol santai walaupun cuma sebentar, tetapi akan memberkati banyak orang. So orang pertama yang mau saya ajak ngobrol adalah Adrian.
Wow.
Adrian Pratama
Timboel.
Timboel.
Yeah.
So can you tell us about yourself?
Yeah, sure. First of all, thank you buat Pastor Yo untuk inviting me on the first Metanoia podcast. So I'm so glad, I'm so honored to be part of this journey. Nama gue Adrian, gue umur 34 tahun. 34 tahun, gue udah married sekitar 7 years, I think. Oh, 6 years, I'm sorry. Sorry guys. Oops. Sorry guys, 6 years. 2017 kita married, 2023 6 tahun, benar. Istri satu, anak satu. There is another baby coming in, another boy coming in. Desember juga, so anak pertama gue umur 3 tahun di December, and then my second one is gonna be coming in December juga. So gue asalnya dari Jakarta, gue pindah ke Sydney sekitar tahun 2007 gue ambil university there, gue studied about finance. Then dari 2007 sampai 2010 gue finish my study, and then after that gue start working. Alright, gue working in company, terus kadang-kadang juga pelayanan di gereja. Jadi pas gue di Sydney itu gue lumayan involved lah, lumayan di dalam sebuah community, di sebuah gereja, local church, Indonesian church di sono. Gue tertanam dan gue juga bertumbuh di gereja tersebut. So and then just 2 years ago, gue dapat privilege dari company gue untuk pindah ke Singapura, ditawarin untuk do regional job in here in Singapore. Jadi gue decide sama my wife. It's a very hard decision, but at the end we decided to move here. I think it's a big journey, it's a new journey for us back then, but we glad actually why at the end we end up in here. I think 2 years ago, April 2022, kita sampai di sini, and then 1 month after that, we're being invited to join IFGF, and then here we are today. I'm so glad to be part of IFGF Church, to be mentored by Pastor Yo as well. We catch up a lot of times. Kebetulan anak kita mirip umurnya, kelakuannya mirip. Jadi it's been exciting.
Oh, yeah. You mentioned about being in the Indonesian church. Nanti kita coba bahas soal itu ya. Kenapa orang Indonesia ada di Sydney tapi carinya gereja Indonesia? Lalu kenapa orang Indonesia pindah dari Sydney ke Singapura carinya gereja Indonesia? Nah, tapi nanti kita mulai dari kenapa dulu waktu pas pindah nih dari Indonesia ke Sydney, pasti si pertimbangannya nggak terlalu banyak.
Right.
Karena masih sendirian.
Benar.
Pas pindah dari sini ke Singapura itu jadi sangat sulit, apalagi karena udah ada anak.
Yes.
Bisa cerita nggak apa yang bikin beda dan apa aja yang dipertimbangkan, dan why finally you choose to go to Singapore?
Wah, mantap. I guess when I was young, probably about 17 years old, when I moved from Jakarta to Sydney, pertimbangannya very small because you only living alone as you mentioned, right? Terus kayak at that time you don't really have plan on your life, you just go whatever it is. Orang tua suruh ke Sydney, oke, yuk kita jalan, kita coba aja. Kebetulan koko gue udah di Sydney duluan. Jadi kayak it's less difficult for me buat pindah dari Jakarta ke Sydney. Terus pas sampai Sydney udah ada koko yang udah established duluan. Terus kerjanya ya palingan ke uni, and then from uni ya waktu masa itu gue a gamer ya, jadi gue main game, pulang uni gue main game, and then go to church. I think it's a simple life, it's very simple life. Jadi less decision making and so on segala macam. Nah pas gue pindah ke sini, I think we took like 6 months back and forth. Jadi pas gue sebelum pindah ke sini, gue actually being offered by another company di Sydney untuk lead the supply chain in that company. Jadi gue diskusi sama wife gue get back to that HR person in that other company kayak many times. Gue jadi pindah nih, sorry ya gue harus reject your offer. Terus gak lama kemudian sebulan gue kayak tanya, gue telepon tuh HR lagi, if I change my decision, would you be able to accept me? Kayak offernya masih ada gak? Terus kayak at the end, oh ya masih ada, lu jadi mau masuk? Ya udah gue masuk deh, gue kabarin ya, gue confirm ya, 2 minggu lagi kan. Terus at the end of the day kayak back and forth, akhirnya kita decide untuk move to Singapore. I think one of the biggest decision yang kenapa kita mau ambil, the biggest reason, karena kita pikir mumpung Miles masih kecil, masih umur 2 tahun, I think we still have little bit of flexibility, but not as much as kalau dia udah gede, dia udah stay, udah kenal teman-temannya. I think it's a little bit harder. And the other thing is kita mau get out from the comfort zone. Jadi kalau hidup gue di Sydney kayak 9 to 5, that's it, kerja, main sama Miles, ya udah istirahat, Netflix, relax, gitu-gitu. Jadi kayak
Weekend cuci mobil,
kadang-kadang. Kalau rajin, kalau malas ya palingan ke ini aja, ke car wash, that's it, gitu nunggu di situ. Tapi kayak it's just becoming a routine, like you don't really have something to look for in the forward, like kayak udah gitu-gitu aja gitu loh, kayak udah established, ya kerja pulang. Jadi I think I want to try something new, I want to try something different, so that's why we decided at the end untuk move ke Singapore. Right? So it was a big struggle when we moved here because there are kita as a relationship lah, I think we have so many differences, right? So kita ada cekcok, ada berantem, but thanks God until today I think we are glad that we took that decision. So we are really grateful about that. So
walking out of comfort zone bakal bikin banyak berantem ya?
I think so. Istri gue, Stephanie, by the way namanya. Stephanie itu is a very, dia suka planning, suka yang pasti-pasti. Jadi kayak
kayaknya semua perempuan
gitu ya. Dia mau yang pasti, mau secure, I guess you're right. Dia mau secure, dia mau tahu, oh ya dah abis ini kita mau kemana, kita mau stay di, gue mau stay aja di suatu negara, gue mau gedein anak gue pengen punya rumah, udah gitu kan. On the other hand, gue mungkin ada ambitious juga, part of the decision, right? Ada ambitious yang gue ada, dan gue pengen grow di company ini, jadi kita kadang-kadang ada berantem lah, kayak what I said to her is, it's okay, it's only a couple of years, let's try it out. If it doesn't work, we can always go back to Australia at the end, right? But still, it's hard to move family. It's very hard to move family. A lot of adjustment, a lot of adaptation.
Ya ini karena nature-nya perempuan, mereka pengen security gitu. Terus kayaknya rata hampir semua perempuan kayak begitu. Dan yang lebih adventurous biasanya memang laki-laki. Jadi suaminya bakal lebih adventurous biasanya, harusnya.
Right.
Boleh tahu nggak sebenarnya what is your calling?
My calling, professionally, I want to be a CEO one day. I want to be a CEO one day. And then not only just a CEO, I think to be Asian CEO in a global company, I think it's pretty tough. I think many people, I think there are a lot of research available online or whatever. I think mostly CEO global company, it's either trying to not be stereotype, tapi kadang-kadang bule, putih, tinggi, ganteng, segala macem kan.
Lu udah ganteng.
Oke, thank you. Gue gak bule aja masalahnya.
Cuman masanya nggak bule aja.
Nah kalau itu gue gak bisa ganti deh. Nah, I guess as an Indonesian, I think we can show to the world that it's possible for you to become a CEO one day coming from Indonesia. English is not your main language, then a lot of different cultures that you have to manage. I think there is a possibility. So that's my calling. I want to be CEO. Then hopefully by being a CEO, I can also make an impact. So I think there was a leadership class back then, like 5 years, probably 7, 8 years. They were asking, when do you think you should die? Like they want to ask you. Dia tanya kayak, kira-kira mau mati umur berapa sih? Nah, jadi kayak dan di batu nisan lo. Apa yang orang mau lihat, apa yang orang bakal ingat di batu nisan. Jadi from there kita udah tahu ujungnya mau kayak gimana, we calculate it back. So my inspiration or aspiration gue pengen jadi CEO and then make a difference. I don't mind to be called Christian CEO. I think it's okay to show the world that Christian can also make an impact and hopefully bring more people to God one day.
Yeah, it will.
I hope so.
Yeah, I believe so. So you mentioned a lot about church and about Christianity. Ya ini podcast juga tuh dari gereja ya, jadi kita harus ngomongin gituan.
Okay.
So how important is church in the setting? Waktu kamu pergi ke Australia, stay di Sydney. Sydney is very diversity, kayak di Singapura lah ya.
Yeah.
Banyak macam-macam ras, orang macam-macam, semua ngumpul ada di situ. Dari berbagai macam penjuru Australia juga ada di situ. So, how important is a church for you?
I think back then it was like my second life, my church life, because itu di tempat dimana lu ketemu teman, ketemu your community yang bisa give you strength. I guess when you are alone in a new country, I know there is my brother there, but I think you still need to find a community yang dimana lu bisa cerita, bisa bercanda, bisa ketawa segala macam. Jadi kalau nggak ada church at that time, I think I don't know what happened. Probably my mental health is not good. I guess even my life was probably not gonna be in here. I think church played a pivotal role during that age, very very important role. Dan gue dapat privilege juga untuk pelayanan di sana. Jadi gue bisa grow my talents, gue bisa grow my organizational skill indirectly, and I think it's very important for your career at the end. So gue ingat pastor gue pernah bilang kayak, jadi kan kalau di Australia itu kan basically kalau apply kerja mereka minta reference check, nah mereka minta professional reference check sama kayak just friend atau outside professional, non professional reference check. Jadi pastor gue selalu bilang kalau misalnya ada yang call dia bakal selalu bilang this person is doing super well, like he's serious about whatever he does, even in church where he doesn't get paid. Imagine if he gets paid, right? I think he will do more. Jadi kayak as simple as that, like I think it's a very strong statement from him, right? I think it's very very strong statement. I think it's really I think it's really true. I think it's true that kalau kita aja bisa serius di gereja, kita kayak mau dedicate all our life di gereja. I think samely, I think kalau kita masuk ke dalam professional work, I think we can do even more impact there.
Right.
It's gonna be our 8 hours job every day, right? Di church paling cuma berapa hours per day, di kerja lo 8 hours per day, so you will definitely make an impact. So if you make an impact in your church, in your local church, I'm sure you will bring even greater impact in your professional life. Jadi I think it's very very important in my church life at back then. So then it's still important until today. Until today. Benar. Yeah, I think it's very important. Yeah.
Wah, the young people should hear that. Ya, karena dengan perkembangan hari ini ada begitu banyak perubahan dan ada banyak sekali anak-anak muda yang nggak ngerasa mereka perlu pergi ke gereja,
Right.
karena mereka ngerasa kayaknya bisa cari Tuhan lewat YouTube, dan they just heard podcast or anything, dan mereka nggak perlu pergi ke gereja, nggak perlu pelayanan, nggak perlu ngapa-ngapain gitu.
Yeah,
But that's a very good point of view.
Right.
So you mentioned about training your organizational skill juga. Dan pernah ngapain aja? Pernah megang apa?
Beberapa kali kayak awal-awal itu pernah megang. Jadi kan kita kadang-kadang ada church camp atau ada event kayak Amazing Race segala macam. Nah, pernah megang sebuah game event. Jadi kayak ngatur manage the games and what you are going to play, manage logisticsnya and supply chainnya. At the end, I'm working in supply chain now, so I think there is a good training place for me actually.
Cuman yang ini nggak bisa perintah-perintah aja. Gitu.
yang ini gue diperintah-perintah. And the good thing is ya lu learn a lot lah kayak dari engaging with different people because you engage with another volunteer, right? They also are not like they're trying to help. They are, I think, trying to influence without authority. I think that's the new thing, right? Influence without authority is it's very important in the workplace nowadays as well because I think the organization becomes flatter and flatter, so you don't have a hierarchy organization kayak chart gitu. Jadi influence without authority is very important, and I think during ketika gue manage event tersebut, obviously lu harus engage with different people, right? So that's one of the event that gue dipercaya untuk lead. And then the other one is leading the church camp itself. So gue pernah lead church camp itself, booking hotelnya, booking tempatnya buat semua orang, logistiknya, engage with different guest speakers as well, pastor yang mana yang oke, kita ngobrol segala macam. Making sure the logistics also good, booking bus, make sure busnya bisa nganter kita sampai tempat tujuan, make sure busnya cukup buat semua orang. I think it was really fun. And then pas gua manage yang game itu actually di mana gua ketemu istri gua. So that's the bonus, right? That's the bonus. Gua ketemu sebelumnya tapi more intense lah ketika kita ngurusin event itu bareng-bareng. So I think that's a bonus, an amazing bonus.
Sama ceritanya juga begitu. Karena dia ceritanya. Yang tadi bagus tuh. Influence without authority.
Yes.
Bisa cerita lebih nggak dengan semua yang terjadi di gereja dan lain-lain gitu ya? How do you see kepemimpinan ke depan?
Right. I think gue bisa cerita dari professional life kali ya. Dari company gue sendiri kayak kita try to restructure a lot. Kalau bisa jangan terlalu banyak level. Kan kadang-kadang kayak ada junior, terus ada spesialis, terus ada supervisor, associate manager, senior manager, associate director. Jadi terlalu banyak hierarchy yang buat company tersebut it's hard to be agile. I think kan everyone is trying to be agile now. Kita harus cepat. I guess it's similar with church, right? I think we have to be agile with whatever we are trying to do. We cannot just plan and then it's not moving anywhere. We cannot execute because of the hierarchy. That's yang currently ada. Nah, I think the trend is moving to more flatter organizations, and I think many companies are trying to move to global company as well, meaning you will have a global organization. Jadi ada orang yang stay di APAC, manage someone in US. And then when you try to influence a person that has different cultures, that's gonna be interesting and difficult because you need to understand the culture, right? For example, you manage someone in Japan, even when you address, ketika lu kirim emailnya nggak bisa sembarangan kayak harus taruh yang paling penting di kan ada tuh ada sisi gitu kan ya. Kalau tuh itu jadi lu harus taruh yang paling tinggi yang pertama, terus yang kedua tertinggi, ketiga tertinggi. Nah different cultures kayak di Australia maunya based on alphabetical A B C D karena mereka try to be diverse kayak orang nggak cuma dari level aja. Jadi kayak when you try to influence different country, I think it's very important to understand the cultures, and that's where your influence without authority is very important, right? Now to move global organizations, obviously lu nggak bisa move sendiri, lu harus bisa. Mungkin orang nggak suka office politics lah ya. Kayak tapi kita bilangnya kayak influence without authority. Tapi ada office politics, I think we cannot lie. I think that's an art. That's an art in the office environment. Mau nggak mau lo harus ke expose. Kalau lo nggak suka, lo harus belajar suka tentang hal itu. Karena if you can handle office politics, you can influence other people. Bukan manipulate ya, bukan manipulate.
No.
Influence for a good things. Kalau manipulate kan for our
Influence comes from inspiration.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So I think it's very important. So I think you firstly need to understand others' point of view first, understand their cultures, apa sih yang mereka butuh sebelum kita push our needs to them. Kita ask apa yang bisa kita bantu, apa yang bisa kita kerjain, apa yang mereka cari. Jadi kita kalau bisa buka itu, and then kita start discussion, it's easier to influence other people. That's my understanding. So.
Wow. Itu sebabnya lo harus ada di episode pertama.
Oh gitu. Thank you.
Nah sekarang menurut kamu apa sih tugas gereja apa?
Tugas gereja,
Karena tadi ada di Australia, ada di Sydney, kamu ketemu di gereja, kesini ketemu di tempat kita.
Alright, I think foundationally dia harus mengajar tentang keselamatan or basically Christianity, right? Siapa itu Kristus? Kenapa kita harus percaya? Kenapa kita harus dibaptis? I think that's the core, right? I think it's definitely need to be there, so people can learn, people can also believe if they wish to believe, and then itu menurut gue the core. The second thing is where I guess a training ground. Training for me it's a training ground. Ketika gue dipercaya untuk ambil pelayanan ini, pelayanan itu, I think I view that as a training ground buat, I guess in your resume pun lu tuh bisa juga taruh kayak lu tuh working in non-profit organizations and segala macam. So it's a very good training ground. Dan yang ketiga, I guess church palingan kita only once a week, right? And then most of the time kita bakal kerja, kita bakal study. Jadi in that 1 week, I think that's where we refresh ourselves. We get a new teaching, we get a new knowledge from our pastor or guest speakers, and then once we have that weekly refresh, we can implement that during the week. Right? Whether you are working, whether you are studying, it's not easy. Sometimes you probably cannot implement everything, but I think there should be one thing that you can learn or you can put in your day-to-day life. Okay, just recently Pastor Yoman ngomong tentang ambitious and then try to stay in the middle. So it's really something that we discuss a lot between our family. Kayak apa sih yang kita mau do next? Kebetulan kan kita lagi thinking about what we want to do next after Singapore. And jadi kita, I think Pastor Yo bilang kayak we have to put God first before we are making any decisions, right? Kita tahu kayak kita pernah dengar sebelumnya, tapi kita nggak pernah kayak application kayak kadang-kadang kita bisa lupa. That's why I think every week refresh dari church is very important, right? Kayak kita bisa tahu, okay, let's try to apply it this week. Hopefully we can get more value from it, and then kita learn something new next week.
Wow. Luar biasa. Karena kita ngomongin gereja, dan tadi bagus banget. Aku penasaran aja sih, sebagai seorang yang udah begitu lama ada di Sydney, tetapi kamu pilih gereja Indonesia, and then you have another chance waktu pindah ke Singapura, dan kamu udah 1 bulan di Singapura sebelum ketemu IFGF. Then, why you decide to be with us?
I think multi-factor. Right? Ketika kita pas nyampe Singapura, kita try different church. Kita coba gereja sana, gereja sini. Even kayak church kita di Sydney itu punya kayak cabang itulah di sini lah. Kita even try that church as well. Somehow ketika kita coba IFGF, I just feel the community cocok banget buat gue. Jadi ketika kita coba other church, I think it's a little bit different, mungkin based on age, based on segala macam. I think that's one of the factor, definitely the community yang ada di church. I think teman-teman gereja, I think help us a lot. Kita terus ada I care, ada Komsel. I think that's really important. Kita yang awalnya bosen di Singapura, kayak got nothing to do, and then now there is an I care. Terus ada barbecue, ada jalan-jalan, kita I care juga fun lah ya. I care bisa kadang-kadang di park, kita just chill-chill, santai-santai. I think it's really fun. Gitu. Ada something yang look forward, not only working, right? So that's one thing, community. And kedua, I think I really learned a lot from the leaders in the church, especially you, right?
Well,
I think many church yang gue lihat kayak leadersnya itu nggak hands on. So I've been in a church for quite a bit. Sometimes the leader, I guess it's different type of leader, right? There is pros and cons. But I feel that lu itu kayak hands on, kayak misalnya lu mau ambil barang, lu mau bantu pack up. I find it hard to believe that actually, right? Kadang-kadang delegasi aja lah, kasih orang segala macam. But I feel that you really have a humble heart that want to serve whatever you can. Really big impact. I think that's one. Itu benar-benar make a difference. But oh wow, this church is different. Like that type of leader that I want to follow. I want to learn. I want to get mentored. Because how can he do it well while he's on the top, or he's the leader while he wants to keep doing the small things, right? So I think it's really amazed me how you do that. So it's I think, and yang ketiga obviously the pengajaran itself. Like I think the pengajarannya cocok sama gua. I guess IFGF menurut gua IFGF itu pengajaran dalam tapi nggak put a strict ke jemaatnya, kayak jemaatnya harus gini, tapi pengajarannya dalam dan lu give a flexibility buat jemaatnya untuk ya take it sebisa mungkin. Kalau nggak bisa, it's okay. Next week kita continue learning gitu, like a continuous improvement. Like it doesn't need to go ahead like from 1 to 10 straight away. Like you give 1 and then 2, that's okay. 2 and then 3. But you give the target to everyone. Kayak ini nih yang harus kita lakukan. Kita harus achieve 10 di sini. Jadi I feel that it's a deep pengajaran dan tapi ada fleksibilitas di mana kita bisa grow bit by bit. So I think that's really the reason why I decided to choose this church. And obviously I still love Indonesia. Jadi gue decide untuk stay di Indonesia church because we tried different like big church, mega church. The community is just not there. Like you don't really close. Like lu ke gereja ya udah deh ketemu duduk sebelahan satu komsel duduk bareng. I don't do that.
Yeah.
Kita nggak ada
close relationship. You don't know the senior pastor.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of gaps there. I feel different for different person. Dan gue really enjoy every time kita finish church, kita go dinner together, dimanapun. Yang simple, mau cepat, yang penting kita just catch up. I think having a dinner together is really make a lot of difference. I think that's where we connect more. Kita share our lives informally, jadi lebih santai. I really enjoy this church, so that's why we decided to stay. Kita pelayanan, kita mau continue stay this church.
Thank you. Being a leader yourself, just looking with everything that you just said. Kalau ternyata 10 tahun lagi IFGF Singapura itu berkembang dengan begitu luar biasanya, I will not have time to go fellowship over dinner. What do you think? Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Or is it inevitable atau gimana? What do you think?
I think the bigger it is, I think obviously it's gonna be harder. Tapi you can tell the authenticity of the leader itself. Kalau leader yang authentic selalu pengen connect dengan everybody yang datang ke gereja, you can see that probably you cannot meet every week like now, but you definitely will try to catch up, right? Catch up with other people and try to make more impacts on day to day. Gitu kan. Obviously, time will be more limited. That's for sure.
Oh. Okay. Well, our time is not just limited; it's just ended.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah,
Kerasa
30
banget.
minutes. Cepet banget.
Wow, okay.
Thank you, and we wish you all the best for all the future endeavor. Walaupun kita sedih banget, kau bakal balik, tapi ya gak tau kenapa, tapi gue ngerasanya kayak lu dan Stay dan Miles one day bakal balik ke sini.
Waduh. Nice.
Gak tahu kenapa.
Amin.
But yeah, thank you so much Adrian buat ngobrolnya. I think that's enough for episode 1. So kita akan usahain untuk semua obrolan-obrolan itu pendek-pendek supaya teman-teman semua bisa belajar sesuatu dari situ, dan kemudian semoga ini semua bisa jadi berkat buat teman-teman semua. Oke, kita ketemu lagi di episode selanjutnya. Blessings.
Thank you everyone.